You're listening to the Did You Hear Show.
Yo, man.
We're going to keep on looking at the screen now.
With your host, Jason Garvey.
Yo, what's happening, folks? Welcome back to another episode of the Did You Hear Show. I am joined by my good friend, Mr. Martin Murray, to me right, and to his right, Mr. Jason Farrell. Jason, what's happening?
Hola.
Rumour has it there's a story you need to tell straight away. Crusty balls or something?
You haven't been home yet?
Story. No, I haven't been. Well,
As of now, it's 7:45 when we're recording, and you haven't been home yet. You had a long day in work, and then how'd you get home? Tell us about the commute.
It was basically a fucking shit show, wasn't it? No, yeah.
For you, I loved it.
I basically finished work at 4:30, bus at 4:45, get to the bus stop, 5 minutes to spare, and then doesn't turn up. That's fine. There's another bus in 20 minutes. I'll grab that one. No problem. Doesn't turn up again. You know what I mean? So all of a sudden, one of the girls standing at the bus stop, she's like, yeah, she's on the phone to TFI there. She's like, there's not another bus for 2.5 hours.
Why?
I had no idea. I didn't even bother asking. I was just like, I need to go home. So I was like, we're fucking gonna have to walk. And then I walked.
When did you get Joe Maxi?
Day before payday, Jay.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Sorry.
We're a bit tight there, do you know what I mean?
Fiscally challenged.
Yeah, the HSC don't pay well, do you know what I mean?
Unless you're Paul Reid.
Or a hacker.
But,
Yeah.
Jesus, remember that? Yeah. No, but do you remember a few weeks ago when there was that crash on the M50?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the same with that. I had to walk then because that traffic was just fucking
I was wondering why you were losing weight.
I'm not losing it, bro. You'd think I am.
Yeah.
You got 4 packets of Monster Munch for the walk home, like.
That's a solid 8k or something like that. 10k, mate. What's that?
Did you turn on your Google Maps or
No, I
anything?
didn't
See what it
even
was?
think about it. It doesn't even...
What's the longest you have ever walked?
I ran home
Really?
from work one day in City West.
A few times I got fucking twisted drunk in town and walked home. Walked home
What happened in
from
town?
walked home from Red Cow a few times. Fell after Diva.
Jeez, that's a bogey walk, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a cunt of a walk.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Had to walk from Croker to Thomas Street the other night to get a taxi home after Ed Sheeran.
That's about 5 minutes.
You big dope. For me walking, about half an hour for you.
He's all
Kroger to Thomas Street.
Yeah. All the way through town and then up Thomas Street till I got a taxi.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
It's a trek.
Yeah, it is.
I used to, well, I didn't used to. I did it once. I jogged home from my old job in City West. That was 9k. That wasn't too bad.
Oh, fuck that.
That's good. And fairness, the longest I've ever walked is when I had a competition with so me brother's board. What?
I have a great idea, and it's around
Right.
exactly what you just said.
Right, well, shut up, I'm talking.
All right, go
I
on.
don't
Sorry,
like
we
it.
talked about this.
Oh yeah. So basically, Daryl, my brother's board had a Fitbit, and I'm a technology freak, so I always want to try different technologies. I had the Apple Watch, I have it still here now, and I wanted to try the Fitbit, see what it was about, see if it was any good. All the steps and all is supposed to be better on the Fitbit, so I bought one, and she said, "Oh, you'll never keep up with me with my steps," and I was like, "Yes, I fucking will, you mad thing." She was like, "You won't," and I swear to God, lads, I don't know how. She was getting like fucking 26,000 steps a week, and I was like, how the fuck is she doing
That's
this?
nothing.
That's none.
Oh, well, maybe it's a fucking day or something.
A
then.
day, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a day.
When I
I
was
think-
working in the warehouse, I was clocking 20 a day.
yeah, so it
20
must
would be a good day,
have been 26 a day or something like that.
Should be
And
down 10.
there was one day she was getting like 32 and all, and I was like, fuck. So I had to go out and fucking, I was jogging, and I done like 22k or something. Now, not jogging, I was fucking jogging, stopping, intermittent, walking. And lads, I swear to God, it was the longest walk I ever got in my life. And I looked at my steps and I was like, 3,000. I was like, what the fuck? I was fuming. But I ended up beating her because I made sure that week I was flat out. But I was doing a podcast in my room, actually. It was season 1. And I looked out my attic window and I could see her walking around. Not the way she has a granny flat out the back.
Yeah.
She,
That hers, is it?
well, no, it's
Oh,
Robbie's.
Robbie's, yeah.
Yeah. But they were living there and I seen her shadow, constantly going,
Just
every
doing
few
laps around the
seconds
thing.
around
That's
the gap.
cheating.
It's not though.
I mean, it works, yeah.
Because it was a bet. But I won. I ended up letting her keep the €50. But that was me being generous, and that was the longest I ever walked. I think I walked from my Ma's to Park West all the way up to Grange Castle, walked around Grange Castle, up by Newcastle, kind of down by Abbottstown, and back home. And lads, I swear to God, I couldn't feel my legs for a week. And I don't think that day I even beat her. I'm like, you're sitting in work doing this with your bleeding arm or something. There's no way you clocked all that time.
I do often often no, I tell a lie, it's rare. But I do get a walk.
That exercise.
Yeah, I do get a walk in where like fuck, I'll just keep going. Like I enjoy it. Do you know what I mean? If the headphones on or whatever.
I hate walking.
I think
And
you need to wear you need to have the right clobber and all on. If you have the wrong clothes on, and like you said, when you're you know, your fucking boxers are getting in between your balls and
right
your
up
legs.
That
Yeah.
sweat's pooling in there.
Oh, stop. It's like
I'm
sandpaper.
currently dealing with that right now. Like, it's not great.
I can smell it.
Yeah, no, I won't point. I'm at, like, you've probably seen it at the start. I've undone my belt and me fucking zip, so.
I like how the two of you
It's a
keep
nice
on looking
feeling.
over at me at this.
I can see
What's
it
the
all.
story with that?
I haven't taken
You
yours off
love looking
myself.
at us ourselves. So because we don't
Yeah,
have
man.
Ross here, we have our monitor turned around so we can monitor everything that's going on, because anyone that was watching last week, the camera knocked off a few times. There seems to be a surge in the energy between the telly and the camera, because they're probably plugged into the same plug socket or the HDMI. Every time you turn the camera on, the telly turns on. They're not linked at all. Like, there's no HDMI or there's no power cable linked. I don't know what's happening.
Can we go
It's
back to my great idea?
Yes.
So you were saying that, and it just triggered something in my mind, and it's something I absolutely love.
I already don't like it.
No, it's brilliant, and you're involved too, of course. Yeah.
I know, that's why I
Because
don't
you
like
and me two tick boys, we use at 3 C's at the end. Do you know what I mean? THICCC, 3 tick boys.
Well, I
Would you
appreciate
be-
that it's not got anything to do with intelligence.
No.
Go on.
We always do our bet, right?
Yeah.
So we use it about agree now. You're about geared than me. You aren't that you're fighting me. You know what I'm saying?
Go on.
I'm not slagging, but you aren't that you're fighting me, right?
You're being honest, right?
So we make a competition now with the two of you.
I'm on me Paddy
We set a
Pimblett to it.
time frame like Beard Kreischer and Tom Segura, and you see who can shed the most in say a month.
We already done that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, we tried.
Yeah,
but now I'm involved.
Start.
I used to be a gym instructor. You can come with me, and we'll make a competition out of it.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm at the stage now where I'm just fed up.
But here's the thing: what makes it good then is you can take it to social media and motivate
Yeah,
each
we
other.
tried that.
We done that. Go through the Did
poor
You Hear Show
Coach Allen.
Instagram.
Poor
There's one
Coach
video
Allen.
each of like him doing a workout and then me doing
I'm not saying that to motivate each other.
I
You call
actually
him
think
fat
he
bitch and all
deleted
if he
it.
doesn't do that. Do you know what I mean?
I actually think he deleted it. His one. I
Yeah, it
don't
doesn't
know.
surprise me.
Well, I haven't went looking for it.
Very
I don't know.
vain,
I
very
see-
vain.
I see mine in the Instagram and I don't like it. But it's me and the bleeding sitting around doing fucking sit-ups.
Come on, lads. It's the summer. We're just not doing it.
I'm
month.
I'm game, but I'm very like.
And you don't think you're beating? Is that the problem? Is
I know this.
No, it's not that. It's like,
you're afraid of him? Is it?
no, my problem is
Yeah,
genuinely
that's
food.
good competition,
My,
man.
my problem is genuinely food.
It's everyone's problem,
The diet, man. It's fucking.
You can't out-train a bad diet. But look, if you make a game out of it, it might
If
be
you
fun.
could,
We
I
can all
would.
get involved. And here's the thing: like, it's measurable. So you step on the scales day one, whatever that number is. whoever
Maybe
takes most
if
off,
there's
wins.
money involved, something we'd take it more serious.
It's not even that. I
Let's
don't even think
bet
it
each
has to
other
be
then.
money. Like it's not.
Well, what about this? The loser has to like post a picture in the jocks. So you're showing off, and because you didn't work hard enough, you have to put yourself out there.
You
I
used to
didn't
do
work
that
hard
on the
enough.
reg, man. What are you talking about?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not ashamed to meet me jocks off. I think I look alright.
I've seen you with your jocks off. I'd be ashamed.
Why?
It's tiny, really.
You said jocks, just said jocks on. I'm not taking me video.
And to be fair, I haven't
What's
seen
me
you.
and
Willie.
Tiny Willie?
I haven't seen it. To be fair, thank God.
Yeah. Jay seen it through a picture when I was expecting me ball.
Jay seen it when you opened your door with no clothes on.
Yeah, and he said he was
Fourth time.
3 o'clock in the day. I never, no.
No,
I
you
never,
did.
No, hold on.
Like what?
No,
Sparky's out. I was looking out the door there, and you were just.
I never
Fuck
said I
him.
was impressed. I just said it's bigger than what I thought, considering the
You seen
pictures
the
that was
picture.
there. It was
Yeah.
fucking winchy. Do you know what I mean? It was tiny. God
Maybe the
bless
first time you seen it, you had a bit of a.
Right,
frown
I'm-
now.
No,
Wait,
he,
hold
was, he
on.
was popping a pimple or something. He was on his balls.
He was all folded and all. Do you know what I mean?
It was
And
folded.
then,
It was
and then
like that.
he actually, like, so, you know, when I opened my door, he didn't actually even look away. He kind of looked. He's like, "Is that the same one?"
I'd look.
No,
I'd be like, "Is that actually
no,
happening?"
it wasn't. No, hold on. I'm not going out like that, right?
I'm not
He
going
opened
out
the
like
door, and it was him in a towel, and then he just dropped the towel. And it was one of those where it's a state of shock, because it's 2 o'clock in the day or something. Do you know what I mean? There's people there.
There's kids out playing.
Yeah, right. He just drops the towel, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Do you know what I mean? And then I'm like, oh my God, get me the fuck out of here.
And then
I
he
walk
took
out
another
his
look.
garden, and then he's just standing at the door laughing, cock out, like, do you know what I mean? No bother.
So you don't want to do the competition then, lads? No.
I don't mind doing it.
I just think it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun if it happens. You
No,
need to
I
tango.
wasn't even saying no to that. I was just saying we've already tried it, and like it failed spectacularly.
Well, maybe so. I just remember I watched the Beard Kreischer and Tom Segura one.
You
I
said
liked.
you said you had a good
They
idea.
done that
Brilliant.
on Rogan as well, didn't they?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
checked in
that's
with
the
their weight,
first.
like-
Remember Sober October? That's where it
Yeah,
stemmed from. Them
yeah.
two boys were just trying to lose weight because they were getting unhealthy, and then the Sober October kicked in after it. But like that, the first Sober October was to make them two fatties lose weight.
Well, we're just lazy bastards, and that's
What
just
we all are though.
yeah, no, like, in fitting.
Well, he went 7 months or 7 weeks without going to the gym. I'm clocking in 7 months or something. Do you know what I mean? Probably
Yeah.
am more.
Yeah. That's only in the real world though, but in text land when you're texting women, you're balls deep in the gym.
I have
Bench game strong.
I just done a few fucking.
In
bleeding-
in
I don't
fairness, though, I have my little new home gym at home now.
Have you got a gym at home?
Yeah,
Here
know.
we
Home
go,
gym
lads.
at home.
yeah.
I'll cancel me fly fit tomorrow. We'll all start using Garvey's.
My new board. is my
Yeah.
home gym. Yeah.
Definitely cancel fly fit. So
I have a little statement
He
to
was
make. Actually,
referring to that he's.
did you not hear what I said?
yeah,
you have a statement
I'll
to
let
make.
you make your
My new
statement.
board.
Congratulations.
Oh, it's official.
Made it official, yeah.
Is there other halves on Bebo now?
On Facebook.
On Facebook.
On the Facebooks.
Oh, Jesus. In a relationship or it's complicated?
Are you going to name and shame this lady?
No, I won't name
Give
her.
it time, Jay. Give it time.
I don't want fucking.
You don't even need to
business be out
announce
there.
her. Just like throw it out there whenever. Let it be
It's
natural.
just as well he doesn't want his business to be out there. It's not like he does vlogs on a podcast.
No, but it's not my place to say her name. If she wanted to be out there, I'll say it. Like, but
I'm only slagging, but I'm delighted for you. Congratulations. We all need a woman in our life.
it's been a long time coming. And being honest, I didn't think it would happen. Like, do you know what I mean?
Is this the girl that was in my house?
Yeah.
Ah, congratulations.
It'd be a bit fucked
Yeah.
up
No,
if
that
he
sounds
said
weird.
no.
Sorry.
Which one?
That
Which
was ages
time?
ago. Like, it's just that's why I
I
meant
know.
more so than it's the
No,
same
look,
person. It was a long
I
time.
think I
Yeah,
said it in the last podcast. It was a bit rocky at the start, but I think now after we kind of got through all the nitty gritty stuff, we know what we want and all that. We just said it's not been going well the last few weeks, so yeah, I'm happy. She's happy. So
And how did you do it? Like, did you just wake up and be like, hey,
no,
have you been my
you know
girlfriend?
what? It was actually little how I done it. It
Like
was
what?
little. So basically, I refuse to
We've
do.
been so long
I
now,
can't.
okay,
I can't give away too much information, lads, because it's not my story to tell.
It
you know
is
what I mean?
your story.
No, but part of it isn't. Basically, I wanted to do it sooner, but I couldn't because there was a roadblock in the way. I'm not going to say the roadblock, but
What was her name?
When the roadblock, when the roadblock stopped texting me back. Basically, when the roadblock was removed, she texted me, and that night I told her I was going to collect something for a friend. When really I was driving down to her. Now I went over to Tesco's. I bought flowers. I bought. She drinks Bacardi and Coke.
Definitely looking for that blowjob.
I was just thinking, you know what he's looking for? And it wasn't a
I'm
relationship.
going to be honest with you. I didn't even get at when I went down. It was just pure.
Did
it
you
was
get a yeah?
nice. Listen,
That's all you
I'm
wanted.
going to tell you, right? So I went over to Tesco's. I bought a card. I bought Bacardi and Coke. And I bought flowers and what else did I buy? I don't know, chocolate or something like that. A box of chocolates. And I told her, she was like, oh, I thought you were going to be more excited when I told you that, you know, the roadblock isn't in the way anymore. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm excited. I'll just take her time, you know. And she was like, oh, she was a bit disappointed. And I said, right, well, look, I'm going to let you go. I'm on the way here now.
It's genital herpes, wasn't it? Yeah.
And then I rang her back and said, look, I'm outside. And she was like, what are you doing outside? And she came outside, I handed her the card. And in the card was basically me telling her how much I liked her and fucking how well we were getting on and what I think we should do going forward and shit like that in the card. And then at the end of it, it said, will you be my girlfriend or whatever. So she read that and then she hugged me and then I brought in the flowers because if she said no, I said, you're not getting the flowers if you say no.
And here,
You know what I mean?
Did you
and then
like-
we had a drink. I had Heineken Zero and she had a glass of Bacardi and Coke. So it was a nice little...
did you write all that in the card because you felt uncomfortable or you thought it was difficult to say it out loud, to articulate it?
No,
So you put it in a card?
I actually always
It's
tell
just
her.
a sentimental thing for her to look back at, type of thing.
Yeah, I just thought it was nice, you know. Like, I always tell her, like, I've no shame, lads. I'm an open book. Like, I always tell her she's fucking beautiful and how much she means to me and shit like that. Like, none of that. I'm not embarrassed by saying that to her.
Yeah,
You know what
no.
I mean?
Neither would I.
But, yeah, so I have a girlfriend now. So, sorry, ladies.
Yeah. Congrats, Jay. What about you, other Jay? How's your love life looking? Are we allowed to talk about it?
Brand new.
Can we talk about that?
This is
thing I
supposed to be a
wanted talk about
Father's
last
Day
week?
special, not Valentine's.
There's still a while
I
left.
know.
Can we talk about that thing I whispered in your ear at the last episode?
No.
Oh, it's the best
No.
thing ever, man.
I'll have to tell you off because I
Is he
didn't.
still not out?
No.
No.
I'll tell you
Am I
when this
landing
is
you end
over.
up saying this out loud?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's a reason why that got clipped up. Remember I put on Instagram, keep some things to yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I don't do Instagram that much either.
Yeah, I know, well, you
but
fucking liked it.
have you got someone on the go, Jay?
I'm just happy. Do you know what I mean?
On your own, though, or with someone?
I'm happy. You know what I mean?
Oh, there's more than one, is there?
That must be.
These hoes ain't loyal.
When's the last time you were with a girl, Jay?
Physically.
No,
Sexually.
Emotionally.
in
You're
something.
DJing.
You're in something.
Like,
Are you deep in something?
watching it?
it's a
Whatever you're in, whatever you're in, is it wet?
Splash.
Oh,
What's that from?
stop. What's the story with you, Martin?
Amigos?
Hold on, Martin.
No,
What's the
Jonah
story with
Lucas.
you?
Oh, yeah. What's the story?
When's your stag? When's your wedding? Get the finger out.
Well, 100%, but 100%. My stag's is going to be in Amsterdam. That's definitely nailed on. We
Just
decided
because
that.
you're a big bleeding junkie.
Allegedly, I have a new job, Jay. We can't talk about them.
Sorry.
My drug habits will remain mine. No, but definitely going to go to Amsterdam for it. It's just fucking, as you say, get the finger out and putting the head down, putting the savings thing in place and doing it. You know what I
Right,
mean?
well, when you book your stags, me and Jay go to the gym, right? Simple, sorted.
No gym for you boys. So yeah, it took me 13 years to propose or something. So yeah, we're playing the long game on this one.
Well, moving on, lads. Fucking Sunday is Father's Day. This show was pre-recorded, folks, just to let you know, because we're unavailable Father's Day.
Because we're daddies.
Firstly, Jay, this is
Two of us
obviously
are fatties. Sorry.
this is gonna be a bit difficult for you this year, is it? Or
No, it won't, because at the end of the day, I have my child here that'll make it about me this time. You know, obviously, like, it'd be good to have a conversation with my dad this year, do you know what I mean? And, you know, but that's just not going to happen, so we have to just switch things up.
Can we turn it into something funny to what I said today? So basically, folks, I wanted to do a little Father's Day special, right? Come up with some sort of idea to make the episode different.
Just quit while you're ahead, bud.
And
Just quit while you're ahead.
no, I don't mind saying it. I
It's
said,
not about you minding saying it.
oh, right, it's about... right, okay.
The lads are
okay.
having in a beef
Oh,
here. I'm just going to turn that camera off. It's
No,
actually
I'm not.
half an hour, right?
No, there's
It's
no
not.
beef. He's obviously just, yeah, okay.
I'll stream the fight
I
live on
get it.
YouTube.
I get what you're saying.
I just didn't know how to take it early. Do you know what I mean? I don't think there was malice. I just think there was...
No, there wasn't. I actually totally didn't think.
Yeah, no.
But then, right, so we can talk about the second idea. Right, so I had one idea which couldn't really be an idea. So I came up with another one. And basically what I said was, I text Martin's girlfriend, the lovely Emma, and I said, Emma, send me a video of your kid saying, I love me, daddy, or something along them lines. And then she said, Jay, Toy can't talk. And I was like, bollocks.
He can talk. He has great words. He just can't say them ones, and it breaks me
Yeah,
heart.
he can rap and he can sing. You just can't talk.
Yeah.
He's rapping fucking Baby Shark and...
Belts them out, yeah.
Yeah.
Just can't tell his daddy he loves him.
And then I text Jay's ex-girlfriend saying to send a video of...
Herself.
I'm out here, bro.
of Lana Jay, basically saying why she loves her daddy and how much she means to him. And then I was kind of, it would have been a bit shit for me doing it to my own kids, but do you know what I mean? I just wanted I wouldn't have watched the video. I would have watched the live here. I thought it would have been a nice touch, but anyway, that's all out the window. But Jay, let me ask you first, right?
Welcome back here, Jay.
I know.
Come on, ask me what.
Tell me, what does we briefly talked about this season 2? I think me and you had like a fatherly fucking kind of episode. But what does
That
being
was Marty's first episode.
was it? Yeah.
I was working at the desk.
So it's a year now, is it?
No, is it?
I think it was.
Is Father's Day the same date every year? I don't think it is. Is it?
It's in and around it, yeah.
Just about, yeah.
Ballpark figure.
What does being a daddy mean to you, Jay?
I don't know. I don't even think I can fucking properly describe it. Do you know what I mean? Because
Articulate it.
Because you're
yeah,
starving.
yeah. Because I just don't think things like whatever I say. I don't think it does it justice. Do you know what I mean?
I get that. I get
Try
that.
it.
What's it mean to me? Like it's the best thing that'll ever happen to me. I don't think anything I'll do in my life will ever eclipse it. Do you know what I mean? The only way I can match it is by having another child, one day, whatever. But that feeling won't be rivaled. Do you know what I mean? I was actually talking about it today in work. One of the girls in work was talking about she has a newborn, and at newborn 6 months she only came back. We were talking about like the stuff fidgeting, Martin.
Sorry, lad. Sorry.
Do you know what I mean?
Sorry about him.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, folks.
But yeah, like we're talking about that. And we're talking about like the early stages, you know, like when they do the reaction thing and all, you know, or the heel prick, stuff like that, or the days where you go home from work and you're sitting on the couch and your child's on your chest and you're
That's feeding.
yeah, do you know what I mean? No, well, me more so feeding them a bottle, do you know what I mean? But
Him.
that was like them.
Alright.
I'm speaking
Alright.
for everyone here.
Gender pronouns,
You know what I
Jay.
mean?
Get with the times.
Fuck's
Him,
sake.
they, them,
Each
It's
whatever.
all the bleeding same. But yeah, those things are the things that I miss, do you know what I mean? So, and obviously, as she grows older, I get to see her personality and see who she's becoming, do you know what I mean? So, that's the best part about it for me, so nothing rivals it.
That old heel prick day, that's a hairy one. Do you remember that?
Mm.
Do you remember that?
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, the baby screams.
It's over my shoulder. They had to hold her over my shoulder like that, and then I was like, yeah, you better get out of this house, like, seriously.
Yeah, I didn't think Emma was going to be able for it. Like, I didn't think she could be in the room while it happened. So I was like, I'll take this one on the chin. But like, inside, I was shaking. Do you know what I mean? I was like, oh, I don't want to see this.
Yeah.
It was actually wasn't too bad. Cried for a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, like she cried. I expected it to be worse, but once
So
she
did I.
cried, I was like, yeah, what are you doing to me, child? Like, get the fuck out of the
Yeah.
house.
Do you want to knock?
Martin, you're the newest member of the Father clan here.
Yeah.
What's obviously it's still early days for you, but what's it been like
2
so
years.
far for you?
I love it. I think it's deadly. And the thing for me is I wasn't a baby person. Like, if you handed me your kid before I had one, I'd be like, just take the kid and fuck off. I mean, like, I've no interest. But then since I've had my own, it just changed completely. Like, I just live for them. Do you know what I mean? Like, just every minute of the day. And when I'm not at home with them, it wrecks me head. If I'm in town, like on a work day, as I was telling you, I can't do Wednesdays because I'm in town now. And after work, we usually go out for a few points. And like as soon as I go out, I'm like, oh no, I need to be home. Like I don't feel comfortable unless I'm at home with the baby. Do you know what I mean? So I feel really uncomfortable going out, and I think that's just a little bit of a hang up from having him during COVID, because I was at home all the time with him. Still am. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like when you're not around him, then it feels weird. Like everything's out of place. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, I wouldn't change it for the world. And here's the other side of it. As I said, I wasn't into kids at all, and now I've come to terms. I'm gonna have about 6 of them. I'm gonna build my own little.
5 aside.
Yeah,
6
more.
aside.
I need to have a sub. I'd love to have loads of kids now. I love it.
Yeah, if I could afford
It's
it.
the best thing I've ever did.
Loads.
And the fact that you did you always want one? Or?
No. And even if Emma was at me like, oh, do you want to have kids? I'd be like, yeah. Just let's just move on from this. You know what I mean? Like, but I would just be saying yeah to humour. And then I was like, we were with each other ages, and I just felt like, fuck it, let's just go for it. And we did it. We had a baby.
So yours was planned, yeah? Toy was planned?
I thought it was planned, yeah. We were trying for ages. But here's the other thing. Instead of always like, we always do this like, what's the best thing about it? Here's one for you. What's the worst thing about it? Don't say nothing. There's loads of shit things.
The worst thing about being a father for me is just worrying.
The worries are bastards, yeah. I don't like that.
Like, lads, I'm honestly, like, I was thinking about going on antidepressants at one stage, and being honest, I still kind of am how much I worry about shit. Like, even them just running on concrete. I'm like, stop running.
Toy doesn't look at that, and he just runs.
Yeah.
Head up and just, like, you're going to bust your head up.
I know. I just
Like
get...
that as well, do you?
No, I'm like that with bleeding my child.
Yeah, I just get paranoid about absolutely everything, lads. My head just be wrecked. And obviously, Jay, you probably get a sense of this as well. When you don't live with your kids anymore, you're just always worried about, like, I know this is a bit extreme, but, like, imagine someone broke into the gaff and I wasn't there. Like, my kids are going on holidays now next month, and I'm stressed out to bits even thinking about it. Just that they're in another country. When I'm away, I don't know, it's not like, oh, you're enjoying yourself, you're away. When I'm away, I know they're home. I know they have my family. I know they have her family. I know she's there. But when I'm away, like, when they're away from me, it's like, right, they're on holidays. Like, if anything happens there, like, it's only their little group that's over there. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it just makes me paranoid. But
I get that.
all the time, yeah, I used to think, like, when I first left the house, I used to always think about, you know, what if a fire happened and I wasn't, like, imagine the guilt, or their mammy wasn't the best driver when I was around, you know. So I used to always think, like, imagine they were in a car crash and I wasn't there and I couldn't save them, and like that shit, I would think about that shit all the time. Like, it's not normal.
Is she a better driver now?
Yeah.
Good.
I know.
No,
The sleep pills.
And she got a newer, safer car, so.
Yeah, you're giving up on the sleep, man. That's a tough one. You'll give up
Yeah,
on a
at the
lot
start, the start of sleep is a killer.
of sleep.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to come to terms with that. Like, I still don't function right till about 12 o'clock in the day after I've had about 6 cups of tea.
Yeah, now Tyler was a disaster, but Amelia was cute. She was good. And my sister's only after having a baby now, and it's deadly, like, because
Your younger sister, wasn't it?
yeah, and I'm at the stage now where everyone that has kids and doesn't have a newborn will be able to relate to this. Is that, like, you can always give the baby back. Do you know what I mean?
That recording?
It's streaming.
Oh. I've seen start recording.
Oh, imagine.
No.
So yeah, it's like I have that little experience again with the new baby, and I feed at the odd time, and I haven't changed or anything. They smell lovely, and they're just cute. They're just placid, and it's deadly, and it makes you want another one.
That's a good word for you.
Placid?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Like his penis?
But then you can
placid.
you can hand them back, you know, and it's great that you can hand them back, because, like you said, Martin, them fucking long nights, like,
Killer, man.
they are the killer, especially when you're tired, and I think that's what kind of makes and breaks a lot of relationships.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I think I'm a victim of that. You know what I mean?
Of the lack of sleep
Yeah, you
breaking us
are
up.
actually, yeah.
Not necessarily. Like, I'm
The
not
kid
gonna,
in
I'm not gonna
general.
say all that stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
You were young though, weren't you?
yeah, but like we'd also planned ours for whatever reason, right? But ours is planned.
You planned that and you were like 20, 21 or something?
Yeah,
Jesus.
there's stuff into that, like, do you know what I mean? But we won't go into it.
No need.
But yeah, and I think that it was just those early days. Like, that was the one thing I'd always said. Look, remember, we have a relationship as well.
Yeah.
So, granted, the first fucking 2 months, maybe 3 months, if we're just constant on the go, that's fine. I get it, I understand. But we have to also remember ourselves and look after ourselves as well, and spend some time with each other. That just never happened.
You have to put the work in.
Yeah, of course, and it never happened.
it's
And
both
kept
ways
trying,
as
trying,
well.
and trying. And look, at the end of the day, you bring a child into the world and you fall madly in love with it. You know that. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm speaking like
Generally.
Everybody.
Yeah, Jesus, like
He,
I
she,
fucking
man.
have an alien.
I love it.
But yeah, you fall in love with your child to the point where you kind of forget about the other person, like the other partner involved, and
Yeah, definitely.
you fell out in love. And that was it for me. The worst part about it for me, I see your point about the worrying and stuff. Like I'd have them days, you know, like when me and her just go out and we go to jump zone or something or whatever, and she's jumping around. I always have to do it with her, do you know what I mean? Because it's just me and her, and I hate the idea of her doing it on her own and like having half of the fun. At least she has someone to do it with, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do always, like, it can be anything. She could be sitting in the sitting room colouring or drawing or playing or whatever. I always catch myself staring at her at a point, like I want to know what she's thinking and I want to know if she's okay.
Yeah.
We went to there's like a little skate park in Ballyfermot. We went down there a few weeks ago.
So a swimming pool there.
Beside the swimming
Yeah,
pool.
it's actually cool, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a
it's
good little
deadly.
spot, yeah.
She was on a little scooter and she was flying around and all whatever.
Shit myself.
But I loved the idea of it, and she fell, right, and she got up and she had a little cry, and I was like, listen, she was more embarrassed, she wasn't hurt, and I was like, it's fine. I was like, trust me, there's not one person that's going to come here and not fall today. This is what happens in here.
Oh, I didn't fall when I went.
Do you know what I mean?
Tony Hawk falls.
Kept rolling. Do you know what I mean?
Bouncing.
But yeah, I just had to explain to her, I was like, there's not a person in here that's not going to fall today. Do you know what I mean? Do not worry about it. Go out there, and if you fall again, go back up and keep going. You'll be fine, don't worry. She was fine.
Daddy handing out life lessons.
I'm telling you. But again, it was just me thinking to myself, like, what's going on in her head? Is she okay and all? Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes she just looks, I feel like she has like a sense of like social anxiety almost. Do you know what I mean? And I worry about that, and I want it to just to be okay and just be normal. And she is to an extent, but
I know what you mean. Yeah, you're just it's just a worrier. You're constantly hoping she's all right and all. And
always.
Martin, you were speaking about kind of wanting fucking 6 kids. Like, I want loads of kids as well. At least I thought I did, and now that obviously me and the kid's mother split up, it's a bit different now. So, what's your take on that, Jay? Like, do you want more kids, you think, or?
Yeah, I do, but I feel like it'll be a bit like there'll be a compromise. You know,
In what sense?
because I only ever wanted 2. You know, I already have one for someone else. So if I get with someone who doesn't have kids and they want 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever, do you know what I mean? There's that compromise, there's that conversation to be had. You know, I only want 2, so can we settle for 1.5? Like get like a fucking like half one dwarf or something. Do you know what I mean? Like bring them in. You know?
Is that an added worry for you too? Like, if you, because you have like
Man, I shit myself.
one family unit, and then if you go out with the next girl and you have more kids and then split up, is that a real
It
worry? Like,
fucking terrifies me.
yeah, 'cause then you have like 3 little families.
I think that's why I've like that. There's a mental block here that stops me from doing that. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't.
Like,
That's why I'm such a dog. Can't commit to a lady anymore, so I don't run through these hoes.
I belong to
What
the
did Billy
streets.
say? It's the shit I've been through that makes my heart so cold.
But no, I think there is that mental block as well, because I think about that.
Yeah, that's a mad one.
I'm a long-term thinker, and like I have to be sure of something before I dive into it. You know what I mean?
You're
yeah,
afraid
like,
of it as well, yeah?
even with the relationship, Martin, like with asking the girl to be my girlfriend, like it was a struggle for me. Like I wanted it sooner than I done it, and I just said to myself, I'm not gonna let me past affect my future.
How long were you single?
2.5 years.
Right.
Jesus.
You think like
Before I was single 2 years before I even texted another girl. Like
So you were single for 2.5 years. How long were you with your ex for? 12 or something?
Little over 13.
Hold on, how long are you like away from the baby mama? Your baby mama, not the baby mama.
she's 7 now, so yeah, 7 years. Like she was 7 months when we broke up.
So no, that's probably the wrong way of wording that. What's the last long-term serious relationship you were in then?
I was in a relationship for about 1.5 years.
Afterwards.
Closer to 2 years, yeah. That was about 2 years after that. After me and my daughter's mom broke up. And then, yeah.
So about 3.5 then you're single.
We'll have to work out the timeline.
It's gonna be a while here, hang on.
4.5 years.
Yeah, so, and like, have you no long-term the plans? You don't want to have a long-term relationship now? Just for all the ladies out there watching.
I think I always want to have one. Do you know what I mean? Ideally, that's what I want more than that, but it's a crutch that I have to
See,
get over.
For me, I will need, and this is the annoying thing, because let's face it, and I don't mean to put it down on people that are struggling to have kids or that, because I made this mistake a few times saying this, but I mean, I'm 33 this year. Like, I'm getting old. Do you know what I mean? I know people might say, oh no, that's not old, but I feel it's getting old.
Yeah.
But the oldest you've ever been, though.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? You're never going to be older.
Yeah,
Until tomorrow.
Yeah.
You had to fix that one.
Yeah,
But,
said it out loud and I was like, nope, that's
Yeah,
wrong.
the thing with me now is, obviously, because not that I fucked up in the last relationship, but because it's a broken family now, whether I like it or not, you carry a bit of shame with that, and you don't want to make the same mistake again, because let's face it, you don't want to. I mean, it's horrible being away from your kids. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's so many factors that come into play for me. So if I have another kid and my kid's gonna think I love them less, I don't want to see one kid more than I see the others. I think there's something wrong with that. I don't like the idea of that.
Will they get on?
Will they get on? Are they gonna feel less loved? And then, like with the girl, you're constantly thinking, is this the right girl this time? How am I sure this time? And even when you are sure, when you think you're sure, you'll never like be 100%. You're like, anything can go wrong. So it's very scary. Like I'll need to move in with my partner before, because with me and my ex-partner, when we moved in together, like shit changed. Really? So yeah, 100%. So I'll need to live with this partner before I decide I have a kid. I need to see how she is.
I'd have to do the same. Yeah.
What do you think about moving in change for you? What was you seeing too much? You didn't know she was going to be like what she was like when you moved in. She didn't know you were going to be like that.
That's another thing. Sorry, as well.
Yeah.
Even on the whole moving in thing. Like, so how do you go about it then? Like, do you rent? Do you get a mortgage? Sometimes you don't know someone until you live with them. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't get a mortgage with someone the first time living with them. I know a lot of people do. But a lot of people, like yourself and your Mrs. Martin, I'm sure you've probably lived in your ma's house for a while together. People normally do that. So, like, I wouldn't mind if she, like, it's not going to happen though. She's 2 kids, I have 2 kids. Yeah. So we'd need to rent first. And I'm prepared to do that, because I'm not willing to get a mortgage with someone before living with them. I'm just not. Yeah, it's too much of a risk. You know what I mean? That's too many things can go wrong, and I refuse to make the same mistake I made last time.
Well, do you know what? Actually, on that, in the new job I started, I was talking to a girl. She's a lovely girl, Lithuanian girl. She met her partner that she's now married to.
Okay.
In a Lithuanian dating site, but in Ireland.
Right.
And they, like, these two met each other like Monday, were married Wednesday. Like, they had 3 dates or something, got married. But then they bought an apartment together as well. And I was like you went through this so quickly. Like, are you sure? How are you sure? Like, and she goes, well, what's the difference? They can buy the apartment, rent it, like live in it for cheaper than paying the mortgage. And if they break up, sell it. They both own 50% of it. I mean, that's legal.
Yeah. Well, that's the right way of doing it. But a lot of people don't get married and then boy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's a good point as well. Yeah.
And vice versa. Even if they marry after, a lot of people don't do it that way. But yeah, it's just scary. And obviously, like you don't, like you said, you don't want to make the same mistake twice. You don't want to have 2 broken families.
Do you worry about the gap in age? Like, your 3 kids are older.
No, I don't worry about.
That's the best part about it.
So you have a 7-year-old and a newborn, like. You'd be happy with that?
I'd be happy with that, yeah.
The thing with my current situation is the girl I'm seeing now has 2 kids as well.
How old are they?
So, how old are they? They are.
Any grown kids?
You can't put that in test now.
5 and 8.
You have to be single soon.
5 and 8. They're 5 and 8. Like, so
you were similar already. Tyler's a bit older.
Both of my kids are older. But what I'm saying is, like, as much as I want more kids, they are more kids.
That's a good point.
Do you know what I mean? So that is me having more kids as well.
Taking on more kids,
well, like, lads, this might sound absolutely stupid, but this is shit I think about. Like, if we have another kid together, we need a family car. Do you know what I mean? That's the shit you have to, like, we need a family car now, to be honest with you.
Can I ask you something? Because this is something I think about now. Like,
you can't, but think of it, Jay. You need 2 cars anywhere you go now. If
station
my
wagon.
2 kids, this is what I'm saying. You
like,
need a family car.
National Lampoons. That's what you need. One of them big yokes.
You need a Cybertruck, and that's what I'm fucking getting.
Come here. So how do you feel
more
like
kids wouldn't be getting a bleeding Cybertruck?
No. If you're starting that gaff and the kids are acting the bollocks, not your whole kids, how do you feel about like having to say like hop on there? Because I'd be mad awkward.
I'll be honest with you.
Like, I'll ring your outlet. You know, I'll ring your outlet.
I'll be honest with you, and this is kind of touching on how you carry on about being a father, which is ties into what we're talking about today. But like, this is what I would put to her. I would put to her that, look, they're your kids, you do the parenting. However, if we were to get a house and they're living under my roof, they will abide by my rules.
And is that an iron fist?
Your rules, both your rules?
Yeah, both our rules, yeah, of course. And, like, the only thing, like, if they were being bold, I'd let her deal with it. If they were being disrespectful towards her, I would get involved. I would say, look, don't talk to your mammy like that or whatever, you know? And if it was with my kids, it would be kind of
toilet, batter.
Yeah.
Toilet, you're older.
You're older. Punch him around. But no, like you have to have this conversation with your new partners, and you need to come up with a structure that works, because I would not allow another man shower my kid. Simple as that.
Yeah,
I would
I'm
not
the
allow
same.
it. And if my kids came and told me, Daddy, he shouted at me, like, as well as that, lad, it's so dangerous. Kids can be so manipulative when they're
100%.
when they're hurt and when they're young.
Or
and
when
they
he wants
can-
something.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So you need to be very careful. So there's a lot of things that I am very scared about, but I think
They're
that
valid reasons, like.
And here's the
to
things:
be fair.
kids are clever and they're little manipulators, and they'll tell you a
they're
fucking.
little bastards.
They'll tell you whatever they think is going to get them that new PlayStation. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? They will
Oh, sure,
say
yeah.
what fucking ever.
Yeah,
they have to.
yesterday, like I was on the phone to Shauna and she was telling me, she was like, "Oh, Elaine J was out late last night," and I was like, "Oh, was she now?" So next time
1:30.
you tell me she's in bed early, I know you're on the wind up. Do you know what I mean? She was out late last night, and she's like, "Oh, wait, you hear this one?" She got up this morning, right? Now she was bollocks when she woke up, and she was like, "Right, Elena, come on, get up for school." Oh, 5 more minutes, come on, get up for school. Eventually, she drags herself out of bed, but she gets up, opens the curtains, makes the bed, goes in, does her teeth, goes back in, folds her pajamas, puts her uniform on, goes down. Shauna brings her to school. Shauna goes back and sees that she's after making the bed, doing all that, and she's like, so she comes home from school. She's like, "Elena, fair play to you. Jesus, well done." Do you know what I mean? She's like, "Oh, thanks, mammy, thanks, mammy. So, can I stay out late again tonight?" And she's like, No, sorry, you have to come in early." Well, Mum,
Point and case.
I'm after making me bed. I'm after doing
There
that,
has
like,
to
do you
be
know
a
what I mean?
little bit of leeway
I
there.
said
now.
that to her. I was
There
like,
has
"Do you
to
know
be."
what?"
The night before,
I was like, "Do you know what? Give her an
Mm.
extra half hour. Fuck it, you have to." Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, if they're willing to put effort in and to make it, like, it's like a little chore, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
have to get rewarded some way, shape or form.
Absolutely.
Maybe a bleeding cup of hot chocolate before bed, or an extra hour out on the road, or new PlayStation game, or
I just get reminded about it all the time now lately about her getting out of bed. She's like, "Jay, she's every bar to you." Just drags herself out of bed.
You're
Won't
brutal
move.
getting out better, yeah?
I'm awful.
Like, I've rang you at times of the day that make no sense for you to be in bed.
Bro,
And you're just lying there, no clothes on, just like, "Oh, what's up?"
Yeah, but
Like,
you're
Jay, it's 4 o'clock.
You're catching me at awkward times though.
Yeah, 4 in the
Yeah,
afternoon.
no,
and
but
all.
in the sense that like I'm either hung over the bits and guilty, I'm in bed, or I'm fresh out of the shower in the nip. Do you know what I mean? You only see
So
waist.
why would you get back into bed?
No, I'd be lying on the bed or something. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
sorry, yeah, you just don't want the tallywhacker on display.
yeah.
Yeah,
Do you know
right,
what I
I
mean?
get you, sorry.
I'm gonna walk around and just like have the camera down here.
You're fucking optimistic there, buddy.
Well, this
That
is
was a
where-
knee
this-
shot, that
this-
was.
This is me earlier here, isn't it?
My point is, yeah, I get what you're saying. You stay in bed a lot.
I paid a lot of money for that bed.
what's that?
Getting your money's worth, I like it.
Exactly.
Jay, what would be the kind of latest time frame for yourself? Like, I know, like, there's no one really on the go at the minute, but like, when would you like
That's gonna
to?
get me in trouble.
Okay,
anyway.
well,
Go
you
on.
do have someone on the go then. I don't know what fucking
You
you,
just
want me
should
to
have brought
say.
up in the first place. Anyway, no, I think
Life is like a book, Jay. Just be open about it.
I'm not.
Like, let's say if you were to meet someone today,
Okay.
right?
Like
It's
me.
today,
No, I think
right? Not the three that you are saying, but a new person today, right? And you went from here.
Sorry.
You went from here. How long down the line would you be considering kids?
3 years maybe.
What?
I don't know. Well, I'm not gonna like just fucking see someone for a year now.
See, the thing is,
Let me ask you a different question.
No, I don't know. You know when you know. Do you know what I mean?
When are you willing to have sex with this person that you just met today? Would you be willing to have sex with them today? Would you?
Yeah, but if she got
Well, then
pregnant,
man up and look after that kid.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I don't care. Like, if someone got pregnant off a one night stand or whatever, and I didn't particularly like the board, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be man enough to
No,
like,
you
own
wouldn't.
up to responsibilities.
no, you wouldn't.
100%.
You told me you don't like gremlins.
Oh.
When did I tell you about the gremlin?
Just don't get them wet.
What about you, man? Come on,
Me?
tell Emma when she's having another baby.
If Emma broke up with me today and any board on earth said yeah to me, I'd impregnate the bitch right now just to get back at Emma. And you can take that to the bank,
How
Emma.
did that turn to
That's
that?
so cold. He was asking you when you get Emma pregnant.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant if you broke up, Emma, to give us
No.
Sweetheart, to take all that back. No, soon as. Me and Emma go again wherever. Like I said, we're planning the whole thing. Like,
So are you like, without being too public, are you just like not ballying up, blowing your muck in your missus every night and just saying what happens?
Without being too public, you went to.
I hope parents listen to this. No, don't pally up anyway.
You'd have walked past his house and heard it.
I'm seeing you with a ballyclava and mate.
Yeah, that's just kinky sex. That's covering the face. You know what I mean?
Role playing.
No, honestly,
It was a
after the
robber.
holiday, I don't mind whenever. What happens, happens.
Oh, you're going on holiday?
We're going on holidays next Sunday. Sunday.
You're actually looking very tan now.
We talked about it on Sunday, Jay. I'm on the beds.
Oh, you're flat out on the bed.
Yeah, fly out. Done one today. Yeah, 5 minutes.
I
today.
actually look tanner than you.
No. You have a big
He
orange
does.
right above you. Yeah,
So,
well, here's another
what
thing.
do you mean? Oh, you have a big...
Here's another thing, people. He's saying that he looks more tan than me. He looks more bald at present because he slags me about being bald all the time.
That's the lie.
Oh, yeah. The light, it doesn't affect your tan, but it affects your hair. That's mad. Look at the
glad.
look at the telly. Look how bald Garvey looks.
I'm delighted I don't have those worries that you still have.
You have the drive-ins though. Your
I
drive-ins
don't
are
have the
fucking...
drive-in, the fucking drive-ins.
Look
My
at that.
hair is grand. End of
Park a
story.
bus in there.
My hair is fine.
I don't know, it's a bit strange. Where you going on holidays, man?
Tormelinas.
Kip.
I don't like Tormelinas, you little ratchet.
Where you going?
What did you
Oh,
say for that?
where you staying?
Timor Sol, I think it's called.
Yeah, myself. That's where I
Did you
used to
stay there?
all
Is
the
it not
time,
nice?
yeah. No, it's actually, you know what?
I've never been.
I went as a kid loads of times and I stayed there 4 or 5 times. It's actually a grand little spot.
That's where we're going, because like the kids and all are going.
Yeah,
Big, Alfie, all the
yeah,
babies are maybe.
the beach is like sick, literally a walk out the gate.
I'm not a
It's
beach
nice
person.
little pool.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
mind.
I'm at the
Yeah,
pool.
man.
Not in the whole 10 nights we're away, I don't think I go to the beach once.
Yeah.
not
In
for me.
fairness, I went to beach. I'm
Don't
only
like it.
back from Portugal. That's why I'm tan, by the way. I'm only back from Portugal and I went on the jet ski for the first time.
Oh, I'm dying to do that. It was good. I've never done it either.
Martin, you know what?
It's
It's it's legal when you're not facing the waves. When you're facing the waves, you can't drive. The water's just
Bouncing up.
constantly in. No, the water. It's just constantly in your eyes. Like you literally can't keep your eyes. You need goggles.
Do you not go out to the point where like the waves aren't too bad?
Yeah, but it's very hard.
Is it really?
Yeah, but it's very hard to find no waves and
Yeah.
the sea. Do you know what I mean? But in
That's where they
Portugal,
are usually.
in literally Portugal, right? They only give you a square now. It's a fucking big square.
Yeah, I've
But
seen the
I
video,
thought,
yeah.
lovely, I allowed in the square. No, you're only allowed outside the square, and you have to do laps around.
It's
And
a
I
big
was-
circuit, like.
yeah, and I was like, that's grand, I don't mind. But 2 ways that you go. So when you go this way, the waves are coming from this angle, yeah? So you're going over the waves, and it's just, you can't even drive fast because you can't blink on it. Like, it's just constant sea salt water in your fucking
Did you come off it at all?
No, I actually didn't.
I done it with me and my sister done it in Lanzarote. So she was on the back and we were going around, and then all of a sudden I done a few laps and she's like, let me do it. I was like, right,
Yeah.
fine, but I don't think she was old enough, but I ended up letting her do it anyway.
Yeah.
And she does it, right? So I'm on the back, and then all of a sudden the fucking whatever way they signal, that's my sister ringing me there now, look.
Go on, answer.
Whatever way no,
Go on, answer.
Put it on. Hold it to the mic.
Kiva, I'm doing a podcast. No, but come here real quick. Tell the story about Lanzarote on the jet skis.
We were just talking about it.
Do you remember about when we had to swap over and then they chased us?
That's a lie.
Not a fucking lie.
Show receipts.
Own up to that now before this goes out on
Just
YouTube.
let it go, Kiva. Hang up.
That's a lie, you weirdo.
So what really happened?
I don't remember being on the jet ski with you.
Do you know what? You're a horrible pox. Don't even talk to
Tell
me.
your
now.
ma she does balloons.
I'm only messing it's true.
There you go. See, as soon as you mentioned
She
balloons,
only,
you
she only
it's
said
true.
that because you said, don't talk to me.
Go on.
Here, similar to asking if you ever came off the oak. We were in Greece when I was about 15, right? And we rented quads, and me and my dad had them.
She didn't pay the ticket. Take one, sorry.
That was deadly. That was
Yeah.
deadly.
Oh, I wish she just hung up. That would have been
That would've been
cracker.
class, it would've been perfect.
I'm going to edit that.
But here, look, we took the quads and we drove up to the mountains and all, had a great day.
Right,
And just as we were driving home, we came back into the town.
right.
And my dad says the steering jammed, like it wouldn't turn, that was the road bent.
Mm.
So we kind of hit the dividing path, and they had these giant big ornamental vases. Hit the thing, flipped the quad, my dad went straight over the handlebars, I was on the back, so I launched. I went
Jesus.
straight into the other side of the road where the traffic was coming. Only for the light was red on the other side. My dad had to go to the
So-
hospital, broke ribs and all for the holiday. I just
So
got a
yeah,
few cuts of
that's
scrapes,
how
so I was alright.
I follow. I'm nearly sure this is
Fucking hell.
how.
Yeah,
Do you know Roman Atwood? Do you?
No.
Who?
He's a YouTuber, Roman Atwood.
You're barking up the wrong tree there, but...
He's a daily vlogger. He's one of the biggest YouTubers.
Is
Like.
this a man you're showing us that, like, writes his day out in 15 minutes and then does it?
No, who's that?
He was cool.
Casey Neistat, was it?
Who's
He's
the
like, I
fella
woke up
that
at
you got a
7,
picture with
7:15,
before,
ate
Jay?
brekkie.
That's Casey Neistat. He's probably the biggest
The most.
YouTuber, yeah. Well, for what he started vlogging, he was the creator of vlogging, I think. But this guy Roman Atwood, I'm nearly sure he brought his ma away, and they were on fucking mopeds or something. And she passed away. She crashed the moped.
Jesus Christ.
That's
Grim, isn't it?
It's so dangerous though. Like people don't understand the power of these machines. Like
And that's what my dad was saying, the steering locked, like there was nothing you could do. So as the road was turning, you couldn't turn, it just went straight, hit the path, flipped. Like
Yeah.
he went over, I went launching
does
it.
he know what a brake is though?
Brakes are for cowards. You take your scrapes, you get back on the bike.
It's fucking. I tell you what. Is it so? Jay, did you fall off the jet ski? Did you say, or did you just take a chase?
No, she
Maybe
just took a
mad, though.
chase though, do you know what I mean? But and then they got a big fucking whopper boat and bleeding went right after us. I'm like, Kiva, fucking stop. Do you know what I mean?
What's
She
it,
just kept
Kiva
going.
or Quiva?
Kiva. It's
Kiva.
spelt as Quiva, but it's
And she just
Kiva.
kept driving out to sea, like, just get away from me,
She
fuck
kept
you.
fucking going. I'm like, and she winded me up, like, and then
class.
eventually they caught us, and I'm like, yeah, I had no part in this.
And what did they say to you?
Nothing. They were just like, fucking get on this boat, and we're bringing this back. Do you know what I mean?
It's not like you're going to rob it and drive to Africa,
Are
right?
you,
You know what I mean?
are you
Relax.
going away this year, Jay?
Back in a minute.
No. Am I going? Not away. No, I'm going to fucking Wales. It's not a holiday. Do you know what I mean?
What are you going to Wales for?
The WWE. It's a stadium show.
All right. We'll let you touch on that because I know you said something to Martin at the start of the show, but I went to Portugal for Sparky Stag. I was back, 3 weeks, and then I went to Portugal again at my cousin's wedding. And now I'm at the booking on to her holiday in Portugal as well.
Just stay in Portugal.
Hell yeah.
And when I went to Sparky, I said I'm never going back.
You like it? I never been.
Absolutely quip. So,
You've been
so the
twice
new
since then.
town, no, the new town is a kip. It's just full of people chewing the jaws out themselves. It's not my saying. Like, obviously it was a stag, and it takes a lot for me to get drunk, lad. So I felt like I was fucking babysitting constantly, and my head was wrecked because everyone else was out of their head, and the lads were just messy, sloppy drunk. You know what I mean? So it wasn't a good experience. But the old town,
All
was
the
just a
lads that are
different.
watching this are just getting
Yeah.
out.
So if you go on Garvey's Instagram and look at the pictures of when he was on Stags, all them boys were out of it all the time, constantly
Not far off, to be honest. with you.
chewing the ears off themselves.
But yeah, and then when I went to the old town, it's just pure my vibe. It's like an older vibe, you know what I mean? It's mad to think that, like, do you remember trying to get into a nightclub now, fucking 21s or 30s only?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we're that now, lads.
Yeah.
It's scary, isn't it?
I prefer that, man. I don't like
I know,
nightclubs
so
and
do
all. I'm
I.
not into it. Just
So do I.
peace and
Prefer
quiet.
Yeah, disco bar or something.
Yeah, cocktails, karaoke or
Are
something
you
lovely.
gonna do what on Father's Day, lads? What's the plans?
I don't know. Me and Ma were trying to put together a little poker night. I don't know. As I said,
You
fucking.
want with your child, like, for the day that's in it.
It's not Baby's Day. It's Father's Day.
Yeah,
He
I
gets
know,
me
yeah, I know,
364.
I know.
Let's actually talk about that because I never had a Father's Day to myself. I always was one to take the kids on Father's Day
Same.
because they made me the father. I wouldn't be celebrating this day if it wasn't for them. However, now I'm at a different mindset. I'm like, no, fuck me, I'm celebrating being a dad. I want to go out and get drunk. I want to.
This is the thing. Like 365. I'm
Yeah,
in
well,
that house looking after that baby. Can
The
I
way-
have one day where it's
Yeah,
about me
yeah,
and I
yeah.
can go and have a pint?
Yeah.
The way I say it, my ma's never once spent Mother's Day with me. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
She usually spends it with me.
But I think I'm going
Yup, Michelle.
to. I haven't seen me dad in a while, so I think I'm going to bring him out for a. See if he wants to come out with a pint and introduce ourselves, you know.
Where would you go for a pint
Yeah.
with the old lads?
Well, he's living in Leaslip at the minute, or Selbridge, so
Yeah,
I'll,
Leaslip is nice.
I'll bring him to town or the courtyard or something.
Courtyard's there.
Courtyard's nice, yeah.
So I'll
That's where I
probably
watched
go
the
down
Champions
there.
League
Nice
final.
food.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you
Town,
were
food
there,
is lovely
yeah.
in town.
Yeah.
Dead
Oh,
town.
no, I think food's shy. I
No,
think the
I like it.
presentation
I like
is
it.
lovely in town.
Wings are top notch, man.
I think it's bang average.
Bring him
You
to
go bang
Forge.
average.
Huh?
Bring him to Forge.
You love
Yeah, I
that
still
spot,
haven't
don't you?
gone there.
Been twice.
Oh, here, speaking of the Forge, see Dan Bazardian was
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Did you see what
about
McGregor's comment on it?
18-6.
McGregor's comment on it was, or someone left a comment saying, you're not allowed in with shorts or something like that. And McGregor commented, he's like, if you walk in the door with 10 mutts, you can wear shorts. No bother.
Oh, stop it.
It looks lethal. Like the presentation of it, like see the little promos and all that they're doing.
Yeah,
They're
but
doing it well.
the food, everyone that I've spoke to has said the food is top dollar.
Now I've
Yeah,
only
you liked
been,
it.
I've only been twice, but I got the same thing twice.
Same
That's
twing.
it,
You were there
twing.
recently.
I got the same twing twice.
All right.
You were only there recently, weren't you? ago or
For my
something?
birthday.
Month ago.
Yeah, for my birthday. Yeah,
We should all go
yeah,
together.
yeah. It's
Wouldn't
deadly.
mind. Wait, I'm
Except for us.
gumming for a point.
I'm on joking us.
Except Ross. Yeah, Ross is not with us today. Yeah, he was busy. If you're wondering why it's so quiet.
Yeah. Well, at least the cameras aren't knocking off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you, once I turned off that telly, it's Gucci. It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
it's-
weird. It's
it's
not
fucked
connected
up.
to the telly. sure, is it?
No, it's I don't know. The camera is plugged into the USB socket over there. That USB.
I get the same thing, twink. Yeah, there you go.
Season 3 of Marble Mouth.
Flip flop. Yeah, so the USB is on the same socket as the telly. That's all I can really. That's all I can see being the issue. Like I can't see anything else. It's fucked up, but it hasn't knocked off since, so we're all Gucci. But nothing else, lads. I think we touched on a lot there.
Loads to
be
touch
fair.
on. Football. We haven't talked about the fixture list came out. And do you know
Oh,
what?
sure, hold on,
I
sorry,
didn't even-
before
I didn't
that,
even see the
Oh, yeah,
picture.
you want to tell us
Yeah.
about Vinnie Mac?
So basically, there's after being
I'm gonna try pretend to be interested here,
Me too.
right no,
and I'm not being disrespectful. I'm
there's
just genuinely
an
trying.
article that went out from the Wall Street Journal, right,
Right.
which is fucking big
Yeah.
news. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They've put out an article basically. There's an investigation to WWE over Vince McMahon. This only came out last night.
Vince
Hyping
McMahon,
everyone,
the
is he?
people
McMahon.
that people don't know, he's the owner.
He's
is
the
he?
owner of the WWE.
Okay.
Now it's publicly traded nowadays. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
But he's
but,
still
yeah.
on the
You can buy
board.
stocks in it?
On the board, he's still the main man. He has the most power.
Right.
But
Is he a
basically,
Weinstein, is he?
no. So yeah, right. So basically, what happened was he hired someone. She was on 100 grand salary, right? And he started having an affair with this woman, right? And straight away boosted her up to 200 grand, right? And then he passed her to his right hand man.
Are you allowed to say her name or?
I don't know her name.
Oh,
you
right.
say he passed, or you mean the next dude
Like,
was
he's like,
laying pipe then?
yeah.
Like-
So to a fella called John Laurinaitis, which is like he's like head of talent relations. He's
In
been in
WWE.
WWE. He's been in the business for forever as well.
Right.
So basically, what he done is he had this one to sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, and pay her 3 million. So he gave her 1 million cash, and he's to give her the other 2 million over a certain period of
Just
time.
a banger.
No, to not say anything.
Oh, right.
Do you know what I mean?
So
About banging.
So what happened
Signed
was
the NDA.
these had gotten, like, WWE's board got wind of it maybe like 2 months ago, and Stephanie, his daughter, was like on the board as well. She walked about a month ago, so it's all like no one really knew why. Now it's kind of starting to make sense.
Yeah.
Triple H is after getting his little brand NXT taken off him. You know, Shane McMahon's after getting fired about 3-4 months ago. So there's always all this thing that's happening in around a certain time frame.
Mm.
Yeah, El Vince bleeding, having an affair, laying pipe, and then basically
Isn't the man involved in that somewhere? What is she not involved?
Linda.
Yeah,
I think
Mrs. McMahon.
I think she's involved in like politics now. I don't think she's anything got to do with the company.
Yeah, because that was one of the things about Trump getting elected. I remember around the time. Remember Rogan and all done that presentation thing about it. He done like a
Yeah.
live show. They were saying that someone had just bet. Or Vinnie Mac had just bet like or invested £1 million in Trump, and you were saying like, oh well, he won't lose this bet, so Trump's gonna win, and then Trump won.
Yeah, and I think they're looking at a thing now where like, how do they get him to like?
Step aside.
Yeah, they need to kind of like do like a vote of confidence or something. Did he have a vote of confidence in him? And the problem is he has the majority of the vote. He has the majority of the power.
It's his company.
on that board, but there's still other board members, so the majority would have to vote him out. But the people on that board is him, Stephanie, Triple H, and all. Like, so it's his family. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And then the rest are like employees.
But that's the genius of Vinnie Mac. He put them all there.
Oh no, but like that's $1 billion company, and then this is after happening. Now your man's obviously gonna get sacked. I'd say the other fella,
Yeah.
he'll be the fall guy.
So what's going to be the outcome like?
That's what I mean. Like there's still an investigation in it, but like for that company who are like
But Jay, what are you getting sacked for?
Disney are on the verge of buying them. Do you know what I mean? That's probably gonna
Disney
not
stock
happen.
is actually going down though, because I'm invested in Disney and the stock's priced at the dropping, and I didn't know why it was dropping.
All the big stocks
no
are going to
idea.
come down now. You're
No,
gonna
I
see
know,
a
and I know
massive
what you were
crash.
saying about like why can you sack
Sell,
him?
sell,
Do you know what I
sell.
mean? I know what you were saying about how
Yeah.
can you sack him? Like if it's just like
They had in the fair, like, so what? They had something, you know what I mean?
yeah, sex, like
Happens.
yeah. But I think what it is they need to find out if he was spending WWE's money to keep her quiet
Makes sense.
rather
Yeah.
than his own
Yeah.
money. Do you know what I mean?
And then obviously the ethical side of it, like you just double their salary and then pay that off.
Yeah, do you know what I
million.
mean? And then it's like,
By
oh,
a
by the
side
way,
piece.
here's a contract to stay quiet. You can never talk about this. Do you know what I mean?
They expired,
That's
don't you? Didn't
fucking
Ronaldo
nuts.
do that with your one in America and she signed an NDA and then she went and sued him again anyway?
But then
See, this is
she
all, like,
lost
I
that case
hate
only
all
last
this.
week.
Did she lose that? Yeah.
She lost it last week.
Like this is all he said, she said, she
That's what
said
I'm
shit.
saying.
You know what I mean? It's you can get sloppy, but what did you want to touch on football? Was Jay said Arsenal signed someone today he didn't even know about it.
Ultimately bollocks in it and work. So I looked at it about lunchtime and there was nothing happening. And then
No, go on.
and then you said about your man from Porto we signed to Arsenal. I don't know.
Who was it for there?
Vieira, you said, yeah.
Who is
I
he?
know nothing about this. He only told me in the car park.
Do you know who he is, Jay? What
Plays
is
for
he?
Porto. That's all I know.
22-year-old
He's attacking midfielder.
His whole career has been at Porto. So like if you don't watch a lot of Portuguese, you wouldn't know about him. Cue
I'm
all the
trying to-
kids on the internet who have YouTube knowing everything
he's
about him.
fucking little fella and works said it to me today.
I'm
He's a good
trying to-
mate,
yeah,
David, but he was like his class. I was like,
How do you know?
yeah.
No, but in fairness, like you can't get an idea. Like if you see a player doing something you never seen done before, and he done it 2 or 3 times, and
Well,
like,
often
you
does
can
that
get but you can get an idea of look. them
Well,
being,
I got like that with Mbappe at Monaco. It was Monaco, wasn't it?
yeah.
And I remember like watching 1 or 2 Champions League games, and I was like, this fella's lethal.
Who
But
did
then
you say
all of a
you
sudden, Mbappe.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden, anytime there's a game on, you're like, oh, what's this fella up to? Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Got like that early on with Real Madrid as well because of Beckham.
yeah,
I loved
yeah.
Beckham as a United fan. do you know what I
I
mean?
can't watch PSG and not just stare at Kylian Mbappe for 90 minutes. I just have to know what's going to happen with him. He's a freak in Asia.
He's
What do
unbelievable.
you think of the whole Liverpool fucking Klopp saying he'd never spend like fucking 80 million on a player and 85 million
first of all,
pound or
we know
something,
it's bullshit.
Yeah, talk is
because he's
cheap,
done it
isn't
3
it?
times.
Fuck is
But
cheap.
other than that,
I say when he said that.
So what?
No, I'm not even.
No, I know.
I'm not
you're
even saying that. Like, Jesus, we were all in for him apparently, but
You have done it how many times?
I know, but I don't know,
We've done it
lads.
for Pepe.
Like Liverpool, me mate put it up as well. They really miss like when they sign someone, but I don't know about this fella.
One
don't
season
know.
wonder at present.
Yeah, and he has the
But
Lukaku
even, like,
syndrome with
even
the
if
bad
you-
first
He's
touch.
he's more
Well, yeah,
mobile though.
it's not
I
only-
think that might happen to Haaland.
No.
Because
You know what? There is a thing with that because City don't play that way either. City don't play with that
This is
fucking
the
number
same
9.
thing with the Porto fella. You don't watch German football every week. Haaland is not famous for having a great
I
touch.
am subscribed to Dortmund's YouTube channel. And no, listen.
I know he's a fantastic finisher.
Listen,
I know that.
right? I'm not just watching Haaland the last year. I'm watching him the last 3 years because we were linked with him. And
No, but
I
he's not
am
fucking-
mad about him. So I am watching every single result, every single highlight of the Dortmund games the last 3 years.
Even when
Every
he was with
match.
Salzburg.
And
It
he
was Salzburg,
is
wasn't it?
stupid. He is going to tear up the Premier League.
Here's an easy comparison to make, right? If you were going to pick someone in a lab that suits Pep Guardiola's style of play, you would pick someone like Jack Grealish. And he couldn't adapt to the system. And then you have this big number 9 powerhouse just runs in behind. How are you going to run in behind when the team won't leave the box against City?
Listen. Haaland is a younger version of Ibrahimovic. He does what he wants. He does what he wants. He's a powerhouse. He's a Drogba. He is going to be the best player in the Premier League within the next 2 years.
It's going to be
Facts.
mad though because
Facts.
next season, here's the weird part about it though. There'll be a 38-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo who's going to outscore Haaland.
Oh,
and
look at
Darwin
you
Núñez.
reading fucking Twitter
so?
posts, you fucking gobshite.
Do you think he'll outscore both of them?
Yeah.
Would you have a bet on it?
Yeah. Does anyone want to bet? Like, I
Darwin
think
Núñez,
that'll
though?
happen.
Nunes, yeah, I don't think so. I think he's going to be shy.
And this is my point. Oh, no,
every-
you can take Haaland and he can take Ronaldo then.
What?
You take Haaland, he can take Ronaldo. Oh, he's giving you the look. He's in with this.
I'd do
I'll
that.
do that, yeah.
I'd do that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
50 blips?
50?
50?
I'm taking a bigger risk here.
Who have you got?
Haaland.
Why are you taking a bigger risk? Ronaldo's 38 and he plays for United.
And he's fucking known for scoring and bleeding
The
30
greatest
goals a
goal scorer
season.
ever.
He scored last season. 17 or something.
28.
In the
No.
league. Yeah, scored 28 goals.
28 goals in
in
two.
the
He
league.
got 24.
In the league.
24 in the season.
Yeah, all comes. All comes.
Yeah. He got 18 in the league and 24 in total. 6 in the Champions League.
It's
wasn't it?
I
in
disagree
fairness,
with you
it's-
saying that you're taking the more of the risk. I don't think you are.
I don't think
I think this is a straight shootout. I think this is close. I think
Yeah,
this is
no,
good.
well, that's fair. Yeah, it is close. It is close.
Ronnie's obviously Ronnie, but Haaland has every
Haaland
advantage.
gets injured as well.
Yeah, all the time.
But Ronaldo's getting old, so he'll, like, it's equivalent, really, isn't it?
I think with the system that Pep and City play, no one walks into that team and it just happens for them. It's going to take a long time to get used to it. And then when he realises there's no space in behind when you play for City, there is nowhere for you to run.
But
You have
Haaland,
to join in and play and
Haaland
link
just
up.
fucking runs and
And this is the
he's a
point,
big,
Jay.
he's a big stupid lad, and he just scores. Like,
This is the point. There's nowhere to
he's
run
just
that way.
always there. There's always somewhere to run, man. This fella just fucking jump and fall into the ball. He shoots from 80 yards out and just fucking
silly salmon.
He is like he's just stupidly good. Like
Yeah,
everything.
they were going for Harry Kane
We'll
as
see.
well the last 2 years. I think the same thing with that.
Nah,
Like, I don't think that would have
Nah.
worked either.
nah.
Kane has developed into like a
Haaland-
phenomenal number 10.
Haaland's
Yeah,
better
he's
than
actually
Kane.
got-
Unreal. Like, the deeper he goes, the better he gets.
Haaland's
assists.
better than Kane, 100%.
Of course.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like we grew up in a time when everyone was saying we'll never see the likes of Messi and Ronaldo again. And
You
then
think we're going to see that? one?
Mbappe and Haaland are wiping the floor with their numbers now.
No.
Go back to a 20-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo and give me a 20-year-old Haaland and let's do a comparison. Because I remember that
But
Ronaldo.
we're not just talking numbers, man.
Yeah,
We're
but
talking-
20-year-old Ronaldo was in the Premier League and a 20-year-old
Well,
Mbappe is in
21
France.
Haaland is going to be in Premier League too. So it's
Yeah, right, fair enough. But the Mbappe one, he's been in France. Do
I
you know
agree
what
with that. I agree with that so much.
Me and you would score goals in
I
France.
agree with that so
I'm
much.
sick of this PSG thing. Like, he's a shite. Just
Yeah,
get
they
over
are
it.
shite.
I hate their fans. I hate their
Is
media
in-
presence. I hate everything to do with them. He's
Isn't
a
France not
poxy.
even in the top 5 European
Nope.
leagues?
Got taken out for Portugal, was it?
There
Was it
you go.
Portugal?
Portugal or Germany?
Germany was already in it.
Germany's
England,
already. I
Spain,
think it
France,
could have been Portugal.
and Italy were in
Portugal
it.
have got a good few
Portugal
teams.
ahead of France. I think, is now.
Benfica, Sporting, who else?
Benfica, Sporting, Lisbon. You
Porto.
have Porto are huge. That game.
Portugal have a
And
good season, a good league.
Netherlands up there.
No, they wouldn't be.
Ajax,
Ajax and PSV.
Europa League squads.
Yeah, that's really it, isn't
Yeah.
it?
They have one Champions League
So
place.
we're going
They're
and
not
trying
gonna
to
do
sign
it.
anyone that's Dutch at the minute.
Should have got to the
Can't
semis.
sign any of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, Van Gaal
let's finish off on that, lads. What the fuck are United doing? Like,
To
Did you
be
see
fair,
we have 6
to be
main
fair,
favourites?
it's a week since the window opened.
does.
I'm not worrying.
I'm
just
worried.
yet. I'll worry about
We
it.
can't sign De Jong.
Here's the thing. I'll worry about it when the window's closed and the position we're in. Do you know what I mean?
The thing is, the non-scary part is that we're forced to use the youth.
No, I think that's a good thing.
I think
'cause
it's a good
That's what I'm
essentially
saying.
That's what.
That's
Ten
why I
Hag
said the
does.
non-scary part.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah.
the scary part.
No,
Sorry.
the non-scary part is that we have to use the youth.
Does
I
a
think-
horse use
I'm
that wear the
excited
blueprint
by
just
that.
have to follow?
What?
Does a horse use that wear the blueprint you have to follow?
Oh, I don't think it's
Yeah, I
necessarily
disagree
your
with that.
blueprint. I
It's
think
the-
it'd be Ten Hag's blueprint.
It's that thing you were saying about Ollie gets rid of all the deadwood. Well, like Arteta did that. You can measure the squad when he joined.
Yeah,
to
but
like
Arteta's
last
not
summer.
the
I
first
agree
big
with
manager
that.
to get
No,
rid
I
of
know that.
Deadwood.
Mate, but to the level he did. He put us in a
But I
position
don't
where
think
the Skies of our squad
Aubameyang.
cost us top 4 because he got rid of so many of them.
But here,
There's been teams getting rid of Deadwood for fucking.
Yeah, 1 or 2, Jay.
I
Not
think-
like- not we halved our wage bill last year. Halved it.
Aubameyang got him.
Halved
Yeah,
it.
that's fine.
We had like 17 players or something. Like that was it. Like we had the smallest squad in the Premiership.
Aubameyang
So
got
not
rid
to
of
that level is my
himself.
point.
Aubameyang got rid of himself.
No, we had to cancel his contract to let him go. They did it anyway because bad influence. But this is what I'm saying. That's the measured level of the job.
I'm glad, actually, that's a good one because the Pogba thing today, did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh,
What the fuck? He came
I
out,
didn't
right, so
see.
it leaked about his documentary that's coming out tomorrow called Pogmentary,
Yeah.
dickhead.
I know.
Right.
On Amazon, isn't it?
He's a
Well,
melon,
him and
isn't he?
Mino Raiola, they're on the phone. And Mino Raiola's like, oh, Pogba goes, did
Is he
Manchester...
dead now? Was
Yeah.
Mm.
He goes, did Manchester offer you... Or did Manchester offer me a new contract? He says, yeah. I turned it down. He says, there's no way. I told him, if they want you, don't offer him that contract. And he's like, they offered me... What did they offer me? 300 grand. They offered me 300 grand? That's nothing. He's like,
He's a wanker.
how can you say you want me and then offer me that? I was like, mate, are you for fucking real?
Like the ego just does
I'm
not match the
glad
ability.
he's gone. I'm glad he's gone. And I swear to God.
Send me that, will you?
And here, it's all on Twitter.
Mm.
If you use Twitter, you'll find it. Do you know when you can retweet? Did
Like,
you hear
I
stuff?
think you need someone to win rootless. You need someone to win rootless.
And
I
he
don't
is.
think he's... Has he?
Come on, man.
What's he done? How has he been rootless? He sent an email, apparently. Whoa!
What's Arteta done?
Oh, don't
Being
even start me.
rootless.
Don't even start me. Don't even start me.
Aubameyang didn't give him a choice but to leave. He was being a fucking arsehole.
And why did he not give him a choice? Because he got took out of the team and wouldn't get a game ever again. So he was put out of the team. That's why he left.
What you mean you're pregnant? Getting
No,
thick with me for.
It's madness. It's
Thinks,
madness.
he thinks he's deadly because he's tan now to fucking eat you.
I'm fucking mahogany as little rats.
Fucking looks like he's got fucking bulling all the time now with his big red face.
Shut up. No, honestly, Arteta has done a better job than every United manager in history, including Fergie, so fuck off.
Oh, get the fuck out of this door now.
On that note, folks, thanks for watching.
Fergie has a red nose.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to all you daddies out there.
Yeah.
Enjoy
That
our
was a-
weekend. Actually, just
That
before
was a
we
very
finish
Joe
up,
Exotic
no,
thing.
we already-
Daddy.
To all you cool cat and kittens. Kittens, or whatever the fuck it is. What's that now?
Austin Powers, remember? Take me to the fair.
Yeah. He's still going, is he? Yeah. What's up, Jay?
It's finished.
Oh, this little killjoy
I know.
over there.
Thanks.
Oh, Ten Hag. Arteta. Now cradle them and all it would. Little Lego hair on him.
His hair is weird, man.
Doesn't move.
It's fucking insane.
Doesn't matter what the weather's like. Doesn't move.
It's nuts, man.
Right, Jay, what are
Yeah.
you over there whinging for? You want to go
No,
home or
no,
something?
I'm
there?
all Gucci.
Go on, wrap it up. Go on.
Send us home.
Go on.
Take us out.
Right,
I've bed to go to, so
Right, says, sunbed?
yeah.
I'll do another one. I do one earlier. Do another one, yeah.
And where you going?
It's not called Tanning Cove anymore, but it used to be called that. Something else.
Where does it come talking
At
village?
the bats. At the back of the bats there, the little road there.
How many minutes do you down?
Done 5 today. That was the second time I've done 5. I'll probably do 5 again on Monday and then like 6 on Friday and then I'm away.
Fucking rebel.
I know, I'm a bad boy.
Right.
Proud of
Tan
Thanks,
Martin,
lads.
see us out there.
Thanks for stopping by, lads. We'll see you all next week. Happy Father's Day as well. Peace.